looking at C here, what are we going to do first? What's the first thing that needs to happen here? Monica, start us off.
Subtract the 2x from both sides.
Good, so we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. So we have y equals negative 2x plus 4, okay? Now, what is my perpendicular slope going to be here, Cole? Perpendicular slope.
1/2.
Very good, 1/2. So you're going to take this negative 2, you're going to flip it, because it was originally 2 over 1. So we flip it and change the sign, okay? Now again, remember, all that's out of play once I get that perpendicular slope, all right? All right, Kaylin, right point slope for me.
Y minus 3 equal to 1/2 x minus 2.
Okay, so y minus 3 equals 1/2 x minus 2. And then what are we going to do next to start solving this? Let's see what comes up. Zion, you're up next. What are we going to do next?
Distribute
Good, so what's that going to look like when you distribute it?
1/2 x minus 1.
Good. All right, then what would you do next?
Add 3 over.
Very good, very good. All right, so I get y equals 1/2 x plus 2. That should have been your answer. Does anybody have a question on that? Okay, flip over then to the next page here. Okay, now the question is determine whether these equations are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. What do we know has to be true about parallel? Same slope. What has to be true about perpendicular? Not the same, opposite reciprocal. You can't not the same is not quite there because if I have 2 and 3, those aren't the same. But they're not opposite reciprocal either, are they? Okay? And then neither means it wouldn't fit into either one of these two categories. Okay? Alright, so when I look at this first equation here, how do I find the slope on this guy? How do I find the slope?
Divide by 3.
Yeah, we gotta get y by itself. Okay? So I'm gonna divide everything by 3 because I have to get y by itself. So I have y equals, now in this case, I'm just going to leave it as 14/3. Don't do any extra work, just leave it in fraction form, because to be quite frank, we don't really care about the b values today. All we care about is that slope value, okay? All right, so now on the second equation here, what are we going to do to solve this guy?
Subtract 2x.
Good, so we're going to start by subtracting the 2x. So I have negative 3y equals negative 2x plus 2, and then what would we do?
Divide by negative 3.
Good job, Aylin. Divide by negative 3, so those cancel. So I have y equals 2/3 x minus 2/3. Again, what's the only thing I care about out of all that? The slope. Very good. So the 2/3. So now if I look at those two equations, what do we see about the slopes?
Parallel.
They're parallel. Why are they parallel? Same slope, okay? So these guys right here are going to be parallel. And if they ask why, same slope. Okay, so parallel because they have the same slope. Okay? Alright, so now on B, the nice thing is one of these is already done for us, isn't it? It's already y equals. So what's the slope on this guy?
3x.
Okay, just 3. Okay, I love how you all like to include that x. You don't want to leave him out. I love it. But it's really just 3. Okay? Now, what are we going to have to do on this guy to find the slope? Nick, start us off.
Add the 2x to both sides.
Good. So we're going to start by adding 2x over.
As will be 6y equals 2x plus.
It'll be 2x minus 2.
Yeah.
Okay? And then what would our last step here be? Burrell?
Divide by 6.
Good. Divide everything by 6. All right. So now, what is 2 6 reduced to? 1/3. Good. So we go 1/3 x minus 1/3. Okay? So now, if I'm looking at these slopes right here, so I have 1/3 and I have 3.
You.
What is that, Riley?
Wait, what?
Okay, we know we've got the two slopes, right?
Yeah. Oh, no, that's not bad. Because that would be 3 over 1.
So your answer is
Perpendicular.
no.
Neither.
It's neither. Did you change the sign? It's close, like we flipped it, right? It's close. So we took 1/3, we flipped it to the 3. It's really close, but we forgot to change the sign. Alright, so in this case, because that sign didn't change, it's going to be neither. Oh, let me review it. It's going to be neither.
But how would we make it, like, are we supposed to change the sign?
Yeah, the signs have to be opposite. If they aren't opposite, then they won't cross at a 90-degree angle.
Oh,
So-
so if that was a negative?
Yeah, so if I had a negative on either one of these, it would work.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Alright, so if I made this a negative 1/3, then we'd be good to go. Okay? So this would be neither, and you can talk about signs are the same, just telling us that they're not opposite, okay? Signs are the same. They're really close to perpendicular, just not quite. I tricked you, I was trying to trick you on that to see what you get.
I knew you
So
were
if
going to
the
do that.
sign, so if one of them was negative, then we would have to flip it.
If one of them was negative, so, it doesn't matter, if this is negative, now they're perpendicular. Okay? Alright. Let's get your homework to you. Okay, on this is a review of parallel